Hello, heroes, and welcome back. I'm going to hopefully be able to stream. I was testing it last night because sister and brother-in-law got new internet, and it was working just fine last night, and now it's being laggy and gross. Um, so I'm not 100% sure how well this is going to work out. Hopefully, the lag issues will calm down a little bit. You guys asked for it, so we made it. Stormbringer is up and running. Um, so I got all the way to level 10, completed everything way down here. We just need to run off, do some tools, get that. I'm doing Maelstrom until we hit level 15. Then we're going to switch to Lightning and use that for our dungeon build. What makes the Stormbringer unique as a spellcaster is the fact that it does have a heal that it can use so long as we have static, as well as a way to get back mana, again, so long as we have static. There are ways of getting Invigorating Surge and Discharge to give more heals or return more mana. Or give us a speed boost or something of that nature. Um, and it looks like town is where we were lagging a little bit, so who knows? We'll see. We shall see, but you guys asked for the Stormbringer, so here he is. I know specifically someone was asking for a lightning build. That's why we will switch over to the lightning build once we hit level 15, which should be this morning. It usually doesn't take long to get to 15. But sadly, we hit level 10, so it's not like I can use the travel permit to get over to the undead zone. Um, so what I want to do is I want to complete the quests that are all here, so that normally we would go into Orgrimmar and then hit the Barrens. But we're going to take the Zeppelin over to the undead zone at that point, and then we will go run over to Death Knell, I believe is the name of the town over there, for the starting undead slash um, uh, blood elves, and then we'll do that area as well. I don't know. It just depends. If we can hit 15 or get darn close to 15 before needing to do that, then we will bypass that problem. The other fun thing is we do get infinite see, I think Storm Alert is the we do get infinite food and water if I remember correctly. No, it's just something to drink, so not food. But we do have infinite water, which is nice. That was lame. Jeez, Brian hits like a truck, and eventually, as you can see, Brian actually heals us. So plus. But yeah, I was testing this a little bit last night while we were leveling this, just to make sure that this new internet is going to work, and it was doing fine yesterday. I didn't have any real lag issues, but I also wasn't trying to stream during that, so it is possible that that is going to cause a little bit of lag. We'll see though. I can see why people like Maelstrom right off the rip. I mean, boom. You hit them once and they go down. For professions, because this guy is a cloth wearer, We did pick up tailoring and enchanting. I don't know how much of either we're going to actually do, but we did pick up both of them. So then we ended up getting conjure. Excuse me, Ma. Conjure Storm. We'll eventually be making macros so that, like, when I push Conjured Storm, it's just going to automatically proc it right where my uh, deal is at. Level 9, Knight of Azeroth. He obviously doesn't watch our content on how to get higher level faster before coming to these quests. But that's okay. Woo! Look at vibes, man. Level 57. Dude is cooking. Downside for us is we just haven't found a class that just absolutely screams, hey, stick to this. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the cultist healer, but that's it's melee, and I'm not a huge fan of melee, though I like the healer. This guy should be respawning. There we go. Dunzo. So we need 2 more Sorks and 3 more Myrmidons. What up, Veno? I just like the fact that while we're running around after casting spells temporarily, or while we have static rather, we our hands stay electrified. Even though technically right now we're throwing water at people. But that's okay.
Yeah, what do you want?
I want to turn all that in. I would say Pyromancer would be my favorite had they not gotten rid of all the instant casts that the Pyromancer had from Alpha. Because they got rid of them in Beta, and in my opinion, it really hurt the Pyromancer to lose their instant casts with Incineration. Because the way it was is like you would throw your normal little fire spell, and then every once in a while that spell would proc your instant casts, and then you could use other skills instantly to do big damage, and so it made it easier, in my opinion, to get things done. So. All right, so now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go turn in shinies. We're going to run up here and grab the bags. We're going to grab the quest that's right here for the trinket. We kind of make a big loop-de-loop going this, or kind of like this. Then we go grab the claw, then we run out, and then we do the harpies in the bags. It's kind of the pattern I use. Reason I go that route is simply because it is a faster way to complete these quests here. We have play tested it and play tested it and play tested it, obviously. So we've boiled it down to about as fast as you can with the orc starting zone. Um, it does take a little bit of setup time to get it to work the way we're doing it, but once you get that setup done, it's probably the fastest way not only to clear the area of all the quests, but to just in general get the quests done, pick up enough loot to be able to sell it or use it for your character and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I do as much as I can as quickly as I can, because that's kind of the name of the game is getting XP per minute or XP per hour depending on what level you are. uh, Man, I'm glad I've got chat blocked by my camera. The stuff they're talking about in world chat is kind of weird. Now the downside is we haven't really had to fight a whole lot of um what you call it humanoids, so we haven't been getting a lot of linen cloth, which is what we need in order to get both our enchanting and our tailoring up. The other thing that we could do to help with enchanting now that they've fixed it is we can do, there we go. We can do woodworking and wood cutting. Gosh darn hiccups. And that would actually give us more things that we can break down for enchanting, um, which is really, really good. There's also staves and stuff that we can make in wood cutting and wood crafting, I think, are the two professions. But yeah, those are the new quote unquote new professions that they created for Ascension. So, oy vey, excusez-moi. Let's hope we get it on one. Nope. There we go. And there we go. Got it in on two. Do 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 do. All right. Da 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 da. Ah, lag. All right. It's really nice of you, Positive. I do appreciate that. Not entirely necessary, but I do appreciate it. Doop doop. Yo, vampire looking boy. Invite me to your group. Well, I cast it at the appropriate time, but somebody got the hit off before we did. That's a bummer. And we're about to get the strongest spell in our arsenal, which is called Stormflow. Fun fact, these things only do damage to you if you're standing next to them. If you stand on them, you take no fire damage. Also, I think I found the coolest skin, period, for the orcs, because they have like this molten lava effect on them, and it is absolute awesomeness. Come on! Alright, so it should be spawning here quickly. Yep. And we missed it again! How? What a bummer! Hey, playing Ascension for the first time, I want to play a cast. Is Lightning Stormbringer a good choice? Anything I have to know about? I think it's a good one to do. I've played it since Alpha, so over the last year, I've played Stormbringer. If you want an easy attempt at playing it for now, I would go Maelstrom, because once you hit level 11, you get Stormflow. Stormflow allows you to use all of your other abilities, basically, while casting Stormflow and doing damage, so it's just a faster way to take down targets. What's up, Vibes? And, it's a faster way to do damage. Now, for us, because somebody specifically asked to see it, we are going to be doing, as soon as this respawns, he's gonna respawn. So I'm trying to angle just right, but it's easy to champion light. Yes, sorta, kinda, yeah. Lightning is going to be your more early on AoE, whereas Maelstrom is going to be your more early on single target. Eventually, you're able to get a little bit of AoE out of your Maelstrom build, but Pyromancer, man. Got it. Finally. Boop. The issue that I've had with Pyromancer so far is this. I liked the Incineration build back in Alpha because it allowed you to have a bunch of instant cast spells that were high damage single target. Then when Beta came out, they got rid of it, and they took away the Draktherin form until level 30, because it is your level 30 passive tree thing. And so it just frustrates me that the two things that make the Pyromancer so unique, in my opinion, are taken away from you. Now, as far as PvP goes, Pyromancers are probably still going to be incredibly good because you're able to get to places where no one else can get to with your Draconic Leap ability. So, like, if I was a Pyromancer, I could jump from here to that roof. And no other class can do that. So I can get to somewhere where no one else can get to me. I can use different types of cover because of that in PvP situations so that it's harder for them to hit me but easier for me to hit them with my spells. And as long as you're stacking int and spell power, you can be an absolute nuking powerhouse in PvP. PvE, a lot of your kit just doesn't make sense anymore. The slight lag is going to frustrate me a little bit, though. Oh, we have enough points for our Maelstrom, or for our Torrential Wrath to do its big hit. That's the other thing, too, is Maelstrom is designed early on to do massive damage. Seems like classes are fairly good balanced as of right now, right? Or are they any OP ones regarding PvE, not like normal classic WoW? So yes and no. I mean, they are balanced. There are some that I still think got a lot more attention than some of the others, but for the most part, they are pretty well balanced. See, we need one more of the yellow guys. Yeah. Now we just need a few more of those ones, and then we're done. But yeah, Maelstrom's a lot of fun. I will say right now, I think the weakest class that really needs a good hard look and overhaul on is going to be your Ranger class. I feel that it is lacking in AoE. It is lacking in overall damage. If you build any other class that can be an archer, it does significant, or those classes do significantly more damage than the ranger, which is designed to be a ranged character. Granted, it does have its brigand form, which is their rogue style for it. But yeah, it is lacking in damage compared to the Shadow Hunter build for the Witch Doctor, or Boltslinger and Hound Master for or sorry, yeah, the Boltslinger or Houndmaster for the Witch Hunter. Um, Even the Starcaller for the, or the sorry, the archery build for Starcaller is more powerful at almost every level, in my opinion, than the um, Ranger is. So that class, I think, really does need to have a good long hard look put at it. It does okay in PvP from what I've seen, but that's just because they get a lot of poison damage and their birds will follow you forever. So I am on Rexar because it was having less lag issue. Level 11. So now what I do is I swap these out like so. So now when we have 20 static, we pop Stormflow, and then we immediately go into casting Brine, because it makes Brine instant cast, and we can still get all the benefits that Brine gives us while using Stormflow. So here in a second, you guys are about to see us just absolutely destroy stuff. All right, and then let's go pick this up. I think you added a few extra gold pieces to that there, Vibes. I appreciate it. goes down there. I think we can hold on to the Shadow Gem, because if I remember correctly, there is some stuff I can do. There we go. But all in all, Stormbringer has always been a favorite class of mine. You're a gold machine? I bet, Mr. Level 57. I might have to pick your brain and see what you's doing for gold, my guy. Demento, thank you for the new subscribe. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, and welcome to the guild. All right, so we got to turn this in, and then we have the harpies that are here, and then we have more gauze, and then technically we can go to Orgrimmar and then the Barrens if we want. But I was thinking just because we always go to the Barrens, we come back over here and we start doing the Undead Zone. Just World Forged lots are like 3 to 5 gold. I thought once you picked up, like, are you just going and picking up all the World Forged items? Because, like, I thought World Forged items, once you pick it up, you can't pick it up again. Yeah, kind of, sort of, except for, Ascension has had live servers for a while. They had, Area 52 and Elune. Elune was a wild card seasonal server, and then Area 52 was free pick, non-seasonal. And then they recently, I'd say towards the end of last year, added Bronzebeard to the live server, which is their quote-unquote Warcraft Reborn server. And then, yeah, I'd say about a week ago, COA was launched as live. So, what's up, DJ? Yeah, just once, but in 40 plus zones, they're worth a lot. Well, that's true, yeah. Before, when I transferred, I was able to pick them all up again 2 times, actually, because then they then moved us all back to Bronzebeard. Wait, you mean when you transferred a character from one server to another, they accidentally transferred you to Bronzebeard instead of the server you wanted to go to? That's actually kind of funny. Alright, we'll use this one to build up our static, and then I'm going to show you the actual combo that we use. So now I go here, and it's just, you immediately delete anything you're touching. As long as I don't keep missing, good lord. Now, yes, this will drain your mana a lot faster, but as long as I'm not missing, I get all of my stacks so that I can throw this. I have the ability to throw that. So, got my tank to 32 yesterday, so plodding along slowly. Nice. Barring any major difficulties, this is the class that I'm going to stick to. Ooh, give me this staff, because this staff is actually incredibly good for us. We get 2 int, so we're going to lose some intellect on that, but we gain 4 spell power, which is critical for us. And then we have a chance of dealing 15 to 19 extra nature damage. So, yay. Alright. I'm gonna go back over to where I normally stand. Hello. Seeing a lot more cultists running around. Oh, it lived. And we didn't get the kill for it. I don't understand how some of them we get the kill for and then some we don't. Like, just does not make sense to me. Come on. Hey, how's the storm calling going? Having some fun than the blood mage? I mean, a lot of people were saying that watching me try and do the blood mage was incredibly boring, so they wanted something that's a little more exciting, a little bit more flashier. So, and Stormcaller is one of the top searched things right now. So I figured we would give the Stormcaller a shot, see how that performs, and then we can move on from there. Get back over here, you two. But Stormcaller for me has always been a favorite class. So more than likely what I'm going to do is just finish up the Stormcaller before going back to the others. Oh. Well, if you ever wanted to give me a shot. Absolutely. As soon as we hit 15, I'm hoping to get that completed today. Okay, we just need the black winged ones, so I'm going to go out over this way. I think if I stand right about here-ish. I'd love to know what that is attacking. Because it was pissed off at it. I'm playing catch-up today. You're 2 levels ahead of me. Oh, so you're level 9? Not bad. What tank did you say you were making again? Sacred? I'm not tanking, I'm playing cultist healer. Oh, I could've... well... I could've sworn you said you was a tank, but that's my bad, man. That's my bad. I have a lot on my brain. But yeah, how you liking the cultist healer? We did a dungeon yesterday where we had a cultist healer, but they weren't in heal spec. They were just throwing the standard heal that cultists get. And he was doing okay. Thankfully, we were on our blood mage. Otherwise, it would have ended a lot faster for people. But Come on. I can hear people fighting imps. It must be up above us. Use brine, jeez. Or Stormflow, rather. Not brine. See, I don't get why the tagging system sometimes allows me to get it, sometimes doesn't. I 100% hit that thing while it was basically at full health, and I still didn't get a tag for it. See, same thing there. Nope. Nopety nope nopes. Come on. We need one more. There's a star caller out here somewhere. Nope, that's a storm witch. There we go. Finally done. The only real quest that I don't like about this, I main tank on Vulcan might be thinking that. Probably. Probably. Almost level 12. We're going to be picking up Body of Lightning at level 12. That is a critical skill that you got to have. Whether you're doing lightning or you're doing Maelstrom, Body of Lightning is fantastic because it's just free damage. Every, what is it, like minute? Yeah, minute and a half, you pop Body of Lightning, and you're regenerating maximum mana, plus you're dealing damage to anything that you hit. In AoE situations, you're going to regenerate a ton of mana, as well as doing a ton of damage, so...
Keep it real.
Or, well, no, I think they fixed the mana regen. I think it's just over time now. Yeah, it's just over time. It used to be you would regenerate mana based on how many targets you were hitting. So Body of Lightning, you could be depleted on mana, and Body of Lightning would get you back up to about half. Yeah, I think we'll just stick to the Barrens, because I know that area a lot better than the Undead. And we are looking for cloth gear with int and spell power. We prefer spell power over int if at all possible, but int will give us crit, more mana, and damage. So int is always important. But if we can get more spell power will give us our bonus damage. And so when we switch over to our lightning build, spell power will make it to where we are getting higher normal hits, and then we get some crit damage, and then our crits will be even higher on top of that, which is important for Arm of Thorum, because we can make it to where Arm of Thorum always critically strikes, and there's a way to get Arm of Thorum to just do a metric ton of damage right off the rip. So by the time we hit 15 and get Arm of Thorum, we are going to be, as they used to say, cooking with Crisco. But yeah, Arm of Thorum is a fantastic spell. It does take a little bit of a wind up. I think it's like a 2.5 second cast time. But when it hits, man, I mean, you can easily do 1,000+ damage at level 15. So what's better, Stormbringer or Pyromancer? I mean, I gotta go with my Stormbringer because they've damaged the Pyromancer, in my opinion, considerably for damage. It's almost like they're trying to force everybody into doing a healer with the Pyromancer. Because they even removed the fact that the Pyromancer used to be a DPS healer, and now it's just a pure healer that can use DPS to increase cooldown rate and get mana back. So I would say by far Stormbringer is probably going to be your highest damager out of those two. Especially when I could do, well, if they didn't walk behind a wall, this. I mean, this just absolutely deletes people, man. Unfortunately, lightning just doesn't have anything besides Arm of Thorum that does a ton of damage. And for Arm of Thorum, you have to have it at max stacks, otherwise it doesn't do a lot of damage. Really enjoying the beetle tank, just haven't figured out right build yet, but that's the fun part. Yeah, no, 100%. I tell you what, man, the two top tanks I've seen so far, and again, this is just from me watching people be tanks in dungeons. The top two tanks I've seen have been Venomancer tanks, the beetles, and the cultist tank are the top two that I've seen in dungeons. I've seen a lot of people doing the Knight of Azeroth tank, but they're kind of 50-50 at it. Go down, please. I really don't want to die. And then I've also seen people do the Blood Mage tank. And again, it's kind of the same boat where it you either have one that's super strong or you have one that's squishy as all get out and just takes way too much damage. So, not sure on either of those. But yeah, beetles, I've seen a lot of strong beetles. Haven't really seen any squishy ones. And then Knight of Azeroth, we've seen several that are just stupid powerful tanks. Or not Knight of Azeroth, sorry, the cultist tank. On top of the fact that the cultist tanks we have seen seem to also do an astronomical amount of damage. Yes, please. That's a good upgrade for us. Okay. I think that's it. Everything else could be sold. We need to start working on our professions soon, but I'm trying to find a place where I can just start farming a bunch of linen cloth so that we can get through linen, get to wool, get through wool, get to silk, stuff like that. But yeah, Pers, that's kind of where I would rate everybody at the moment. Out of the tanks and between the Pyromancer and the Stormbringer. Stormbringer definitely is going to be over Pyromancer, and then for the tanks, if you're really wanting to tank it, I highly recommend. What the heck is going on over here? That is that's 100% a 20-sided die, y'all. It's got 2 8s. Somebody's cheating. It's also not built even either. Like if you look at it, it's lopsided. I think this is going to be one of the things for the new area. So I might have been right. It may be a um, like a Dark Moon Fair adjacent kind of thing. I was mainly always a druid tank, so Venomancer just gets with me, absolutely, or gels with me. My apologies. I took my glasses off because my brain was hurting this morning, and so I can't see goods. But that's why I think as a healer, I think the Venomancer would work with me best, honestly, because I'm so used to the Druid healer. That was my main for the guild for a while, was a Druid healer. And then I became a Death Knight DPS main for raids, and then I swapped to the what were they called? The thing that the Fellsworns are based off of. What are they called? Demon Hunters. Haha, there we go. My brain worked. And I forgot to grab that other quest from him. We I played that as also a DPS because it was a lot more simplified and less likely to get me griped at by the guild. So I switched to that for a while. But yeah, so those were the mains that I used. Let's see, Call Lightning got an upgrade, Conjured Ale got an upgrade, Invigorating Surge. Then we got Biometric Pressure, Cloud Watcher, and Whirlwind Aegis got an upgrade. So buff back up. This can come off. This is Cloud Watch, shows the location of nearby elementals. Don't really care about that. So barometric pressure, we end up getting pressure skills that are auras for us. This one right here, surround, thicken the air around you, slowing movement speed of enemies by 20% and reducing their casting speed by 20%. I forgot to grab Axeloth. It's fun when you realize that he's actually working with demons, and eventually you get a quest to go in and beat up the stuff in Ragefire Chasm. That's why he's so close to the dungeon, is he's not there to watch it like he's supposed to from Orders Under Thrall, but he's actually giving orders from the demons to people out here outside of Orgrimmar. A little bit of lore for y'all on that. I forget what this dude's name is. He's a raid boss out in Outlands. The fact that they put him back over here, even though we can't do Outlands, is kind of funny. 3 more levels and we can start doing dungeons.
How can old Vol'jin help you?
I still think Vol'jin was probably, aside from Thrall, the best war chief we've ever had. Just saying. What's that meme? Change my mind. I think that's one of the things I really just don't like that retail keeps doing is they give us a bad guy, and then for the most part, it's like either by the end of the expansion that you're on or the beginning of the next expansion, you find out that the person who was the big bad guy that you've been trying to fight this whole time isn't actually the big bad guy. They're just trying to solve a problem no one else knew about but them. It's like, what? I think the only exception to that is Garrosh Hellscream, I think. Because like I get he was a orc like primist basically. Um he hated all the other races that were in the horde except for the orc. Um he was the war chief during Mists of Pandaria, and thanks to him, we basically screwed up all of the Wandering Isles, I think is what they were called. Um, but the home of the Pandarans gets completely screwed up and invaded by the Shah because of him. And the fact that he's basically making everybody pissed off all the time, so it's one of those things where I'm just like, oh my lord. And let's be honest, I think because of him is why Sylvanas ends up being the way Sylvanas ended up being uh, while he was war chief. Even though Vol'jin took over, but he wasn't war chief for long, and then he gives that to Sylvanas. I don't know. It's just weird, some of it. That's why I like the older expansions. In my world, Vol'jin never died. Absolutely, man. Vol'jin forever. I think they did him dirty though when they did kill him off. Because unlike like Sylvanas still alive, Thrall technically still alive. Garrosh was the only one that we end up killing, and then Vol'jin just basically gets stabbed, and it just happens to be a particular type of poison that can't be cured by the mass amounts of healers in this game. I'm like, something ain't adding up there, homie. So yeah, they did our boy Vol'jin dirty. And I haven't played in so long to figure out who the newest war chief is. I went and played Shadowlands, and I played Alliance, so I have no idea. And mainly, I was playing Shadowlands just because I wanted to get the new race unlocked. Which, by the way, I love the new race. Like, I wish I could find or have the dev team figure out a way to get said race here into Ascension because their druid forms are just so dope. I know we don't have druids here, but man, oh man, their forms are so cool. Da, 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 da. The one quest that really just annoys me is this one because of the running back and forth and not really being able to complete anything else because this is a timed quest. And look, there's still a veritable army of people out here nuking things. I don't understand this. Hello, hello! Deathly Crow, thank you. I think, yeah, Deathly Crow. Had to make sure I was reading your name right. Thank you for the follow over there on Twitch. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that, and welcome to the guild. How you fancy COA? I think COA is a fantastic thing. I am in combat. There we go. Just wanted to grab the World Forged item up there, because more money. But let's go turn this in, do the lady. We're trying to get to 15 so we can do some dungeons, hopefully before I have to head to work. And we still have an hour and a half. We should be aight. But I like COA. COA is a lot of fun, man. It's sad that Blizzard's going after them, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll have to figure out something once that officially takes root, but as of right now, they're kind of just, like, ignoring it, it feels like. They've made no announcements on our end. We're gonna pick up Arcane Lightning next, so that we can get Int Spirit. Okay. No, not really. We've been playtesting quite a few things, just trying to figure out what we want to max out. Though, honestly, I think I'll end up staying as the Stormbringer because I've always enjoyed the Stormbringer. It's a really fun class. I know the stats a lot better than most of the other classes. I know both a Maelstrom build and a Lightning build that we can do. So it's just it's a lot better. The only class or the only spec on here I dislike and have never been able to figure out is this nonsense. Wind makes no sense, man. Like I got to level 30 during beta, tried wind, and it gets 0 skills at that point. By the way, just to ask you guys, how's the stream doing? Like, I know the game's running pretty smooth for me right now. It looks like the stream is running pretty smooth from what I can see. But my brother-in-law and my sister, they changed internet providers because supposedly this company is going to be better. Get your wind elemental out of the frickin' way, and then I can help you take this chick down. There we go. There's our first blue chest. And we get some crit strike with stamina, which is always a plus. That wasn't our first blue. More crit. We lose a little bit of int for it, which is fine. This is a staff with spell power and 5 int. We would gain more int, more damage, more spell power. We'll lose the 16 to 20. That's fine. And pants with. Okay, nope. Stream is perfect. Ah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I seem to always gravitate towards classes and specs that have low population. The two I've been playing the most are the Chronomancer and the Witch Doctor. I've only seen 2 other Chronos and never seen another Inquisitor. Not 100% sure on either of those, boss man. As far as Witch Doctors go, I've seen the Spellcaster and the Shadow Hunter, the Archer. Seen a few of those. The one I don't see a lot of is the Healer. Not sure why. And as far as Chronos go, the only Chronos I think you're gonna find, honestly, are in PvP. So, what type of armor should Cultist Healer use? Mail leather or what? Once you get to around 40, from what I've been told, 40, 45, it's going to be Paladin plate gear. So your intelligence, um, intelligence, strength, and spell power is what you need. But until that point, anything that gives you spell power, int, and strength in that order. Or so I have been told. So take that for a grain of salt there, Harris. And welcome to Crossroads. What quest do you have? Oh, he wants me to go all the way up to the sludge fields. I ain't doing that nonsense now.
What can I do for you?
Should probably have broken all that down, but that's fine. I'll worry about all that in a little while.
Glory to the Horde.
We'll need to find the vendor that will give me the stuff for crafting anyway. Dude, our character looks so janky right now with the different gear that we general supplies is you who I need? No. I don't need general supplies. I need crafting supplies.
Don't be shy.
Watch, they're gonna be somewhere. Yeah, trade supplies right there. That's who I need. Don't need your quest because you want me to go to like Orgrimmar or Thunderbluff or some nonsense. If I remember correctly, I need coarse thread. We'll eventually need dyes and stuff, so I don't really care about that right this second. But, oop, that's not what I wanted to click. And then we also need to buy a runed copper rod. Or buy a copper rod so we can make a runed copper rod here in a minute. Yeah, coarse thread. One thing I like about what they did with professions here versus like what retail does, where it's, you create one, you get one, right? Like that's how they do it. This allows us to get through the professions a lot faster, so we can start making higher rated gear faster. And I really like that. Create all. What, definitely, what do you mean crash? Everything on my end still looks good. No, we're over on Rexar. Because Vol'jin has too many crashes. That was not the button I wanted to click, but whatever. I'm going to get rid of all this because I'm not going to do the tree cutting and all that crap. Let's see. Can't do anything with that yet. Got a whole bunch of stuff here. Heavy linen gloves. We just need more linen cloth. That will give us spirit. So, we'll start getting gear here shortly that we can craft for ourselves. I think the harpies give us I want to say the harpies will give us more linen cloth. I like that mount. All right, let's finish trying to pick up all the quests here so we can just run off and start getting stuff completed. We'll grab that because eventually we will go down that way. We're level 13, so we also need to assign our point. Let's see. Torrential Wrath and Stormflow increase damage or reduces the cast time of Torrential Wrath by 0.2 seconds and increases your hit chance. I'd rather do this right now. Just grab more damage. Pick up his quest. When you can make a ton of brown robes, then disenchant. Yes. Yep. Okay, he won't give me a quest yet. Alright, so the only ones that I haven't picked up, it looks like, are going to be the ones that take us to all the stupid fly points. So, Thunder Bluff, Orgrimmar, and I think one is for Stone Talon. How's Stormbringer? What spec are you doing? Stormbringer is always fun. I love it. It's great. It's amazing. Right now we're doing Maelstrom until we hit 15 and can start doing dungeons, and then we'll switch over to Lightning for a while. Because inside dungeons, Maelstrom won't be top DPS stuff until we can get some stuff that will increase Drown. Like single target, yeah, Maelstrom is going to be way better, but for overworld content, since we don't really have to worry too much about AoE stuff, it's so much easier to go Maelstrom. Because, I mean, Stormflow, arguably the best skill in the game, and then you just smash Brine until stuff dies. We get healing from doing all that. Kaboom. I mean, we're going to fly through this. Okay, I'll have to check it out. I'm currently doing a Pyro Healer. Nice. What level are you on your healer, man? And actually, before we start trying to take all them out, we need to go grab up his quests. 17? Nice. Have you any experience with Tinker? I have enough experience to know that that's what the class should have been called. I've played the Tinker. The issue that I've had is that class has gone through so many changes that what I played and what you're going to currently play on it are going to be two very different builds. Um, when I was first playing it, it basically had it had demolition for your AoE. It had the mech for single target stuff, and you didn't have that many summons. It was literally just your butler, and then you would get your big mech once you had enough stuff. You didn't get the bear and the wolf and all that stuff like a proper hunter. Um, but yeah, I mean it was crazy. And now like demolition gets so many more explosions, and they get the stupid little chopper, and they have such an astronomical amount of things that help them do DPS. It's crazy. And then I have a feeling everybody and their pet is out here trying to get these mushrooms. So we're gonna stick over here where I know at least 2 mushrooms can spawn. But yeah, it's a good class. I don't want you to think it's a terrible class. It is way better than it was. I just haven't played it since they updated it. Ugh. Actually, I'm not even gonna wait for the stupid mushrooms because everybody comes here for the mushroom quest. We can get the mushrooms later. We're gonna go over here and try and take down the boss for what's his face, and then go do the harpies. There is a Kolgar underneath the map. There's Boss Boy. Ah, somebody tagged him right before we did. I have that spell too. Now we just gotta wait for the gosh darn respawn. And there's the respawn, I think. Oh, nope. Use that, please. Oh, a throw barbarian. Those ones are relatively rare, I think. I don't see a lot of them. PvP, I see more than I do PvE, but yeah, give me more. Now we just need 5 more of those. Four more. One more. By far, Stormbringer has always been my favorite class. It to me, the Stormbringer has such versatility with PvE, and since I don't really do a lot of PvP because I suck at it, the versatility that the Stormbringer has is just amazing. I can go Maelstrom if I want to be a heavy, single, hard hitting target kind of guy, or single target, hard hitting guy. English much. Um, or I can go Lightning when I'm doing dungeons if I need to be AoE. If I go get my book that lets me have multiple specs, I can run both specs in a dungeon because the stats are essentially identical. Maelstrom needs a little bit more crit than, or rather, Lightning needs more crit than Maelstrom does, just because of the Arc of Thorum skill. Um, whereas we need more Spirit with Maelstrom just for mana regeneration purposes. But aside, I mean, the skill or the stats are going to be almost identical, so it doesn't really matter. Oop, I overused. So, yeah, I mean, it's just so good. You need a book to swap specs. If you want to save multiple specs, yes. Yeah, if you want to have saved specs, you have to have specialization books. Now, you can have up to 6 specializations. Why? I don't. That confuses me. I don't know why. It's not like retail where I need to have a spec for PvP, a spec for PvE, a spec for this, that, and the other. Um, it doesn't quite work out that way. Hey, look, Chronomancer, and it looks like the staff build potentially. People out here be stealing all my harpies, man. Are they expensive? I don't know what they're going for on the auction house. Once you create your first character, you'll get all 6. Like your first character will give you a free box at level 10 that will give you all of the bag space that you could possibly need on a single character. Plus, you'll get an extra deal that you can send to a different character to give them a bunch of free bag space. You will get um, you'll get the specialization books. Holy cow, you took all my mana. But thankfully we're done with this quest. So, yeah, if you'd like, you can definitely do that. I will need to go on to the first character we made over on this server and send all that over to, or send what I have left over to this guy. Look at all that juicy cloth we just got. Yeah. I'll try and disenchant all that here in just half a second. Now, sometimes there are mushrooms out and about that aren't right on top of the water line. So I wonder if we can find any of those. Mystic Enchant if you're on Bronzebeard. Well, I thought for a second I saw a mushy room pop up over here, but I guess I didn't. All right, that's fine. The mushrooms we can grab south of here at one of the other oases because all 3 oases have mushrooms. So we're gonna go turn in the first 2 quests over to this guy so we can grab his extra 2 quests while we run to go turn in the harpies and stuff. Stop it, YouTube. Behave yourself.
What do you need? Go with honor.
And there's level 14. We got one more level, guys. One more level and we can start queuing for dungeons. Alright, go here. We're going to pick this up just so that we get the extra int, which is going to really help us. We'll pick up that next. We're going to get Eye of the Storm. Hey, I'm trying Maelstrom. You almost need to go Maelstrom at low levels because Lightning is rough at low levels. Yes, I love Lightning Mage theme. This is the next class I would like to try, I think, for sure. Awesome. Yeah. Both are really good. The thing that I will say is regardless of which spec you start, yes, Lightning will start off a lot more rough early levels. Eventually, they get pretty darn strong later on. But just bear in mind that if you're going to be in a party, Lightning will probably be your better bet because you're going to get the ability to help if you have a tank in your party take stuff down a lot faster. If you're solo, obviously go Maelstrom. If you're going to do dungeons primarily, if you just go, you know what, I don't want to go out of town. I just want to sit here and spam dungeons and work on professions or whatever. Definitely go Lightning just because AoE. If you care about watching your name be towards the top of the DPS charts, except for during boss fights.
Strength and honor.
So. But yeah, Maelstrom is a lot of fun. The only spec that does not make sense to me, and I haven't been able to figure out a build that does damage and is useful, is the wind. I just don't get it at all compared to the other classes that are available for. Why is my brain not working? The other classes that have pets. That's what I was trying to get to. The other classes that have pets, the wind spec for the Stormbringer makes no sense because it does mediocre damage. It does zero in the way of really buffing anybody extra. Yeah, is no good. I don't understand why you, Mr. Level 27, wish to be a wind. Doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. To each their own, I suppose. You are incredibly bright, my friend. Nice armor. Your back piece does not go with that armor set, but it's a nice armor set. Okay, so now what we want to do is go back up towards the Harpies and fight the Zevras on our way up there. Oh, and we got to use the book. Book. Shock, which is technically brine for us. Call of the Storm got an upgrade. Aether Current, which is always a good one, and Call of the Wind. Wind is overcomplicated for the sake of being overcomplicated. Absolutely. Absolutely. I spent like 2-3 hours just trying to figure out a build for it, and I couldn't. It made no bloody sense at all. Period. And I don't understand why people were so excited about it. I'm just like, this class makes 0 sense, bud. Really? Homie did that on purpose. I still really hate this quest with the Zevras. You're telling me I don't get a single foot on a thing that has 4 feet? Yeah, I'm mainly PvE, non-dungeons, so Maelstrom rocks for that. I'm probably going to switch to Lightning around 25 to 30 to see if Lightning picks up around that level for solo PvE, non-dungeons. Not 100% sure on that. I don't know what level it really starts to pick up, but yeah, I mean, we'll be rocking Lightning as soon as we hit 15 because we're going to be doing dungeons. I may switch characters just real fast to send myself the spec book so I can continue doing Maelstrom while we're doing Overworld and then switch to Lightning as soon as we get a dungeon queue. But yeah, Lightning's going to be our dungeon build. Man, YouTube makes that lake look so grody green, it's crazy. I wish my Bell Infused Gateway worked kind of like the Warlock gateways, just like you teleport back to town, turn stuff in, and if you do it within a certain amount of time, you can use the gate again to go back to where you were. Wow, somebody has come out here and nuked all of them. There's one that I need. 2 Tarans, Primalist and a Barbarian. Ah! Don't get outside my range, you punk. Let's see. This is the one that allowing them to fall. Yeah, that's our slow fall. That can go down here with the books. Call upon the power of the wind, restoring. Yeah, so that's another buff. And if I remember correctly, we can have. Alright, so we either get int or we get mana regeneration. Honestly, I don't care for the mana regeneration. The int's way better. Oh my gatos. I added you in game for when you want me to. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, literally, all we got to do is hit 15, and I would be happy to have you tank for me, bud. Because we've got an hour before I have to get off, so. Downside to having a day job. Blech. I wish they would let us work remote. It's like, yeah, it would suck sometimes during the stream to be like, oh, hold on, I gotta take this call and then swap over and sell some stuff. But like at the same time, it's like, come on, man. Jeez, these things have health. That respawned. Let's take him out. I hate when it does that. Only downside to Maelstrom is when you try to cast your Stormflow and it casts, but then you don't see it casting, so you click the button again, so you just end up wasting 40 of your static. Right. Did we get all 5? Or do I still need... No, I still need 1. And of course we miss with our big hit. Alright. Now if we see a giraffe, we need... There we go. Like this guy right here. We need this guy. Big hit. There we go. Got that one on the first try. We'll run through the oasis. Hope that we can get... what you call it, some more fungal spores, but I doubt that. We are also looking for more zebras and more raptors. Trying not to fight everything. I can't wait till you can publish both guides, Lightning and Maelstrom. I can't seem to get a good rotation for Lightning to stay alive. Are you trying to do Lightning Overworld or Dungeons, or what are you trying to use Lightning for? Overworld PvE? Okay. Um, the only thing I can recommend without diving too much into a build guide, because I don't know what all's changed yet, make sure you're focusing crit, or sorry, spell power and int, followed up by crit as your third focus for lightning. Spell power will allow your spells to hit much harder for you so that you don't have to cast as often. With lightning, your big thing is you want to get up to 100 static as fast as possible and use Arc of Thorum on like your elites and stuff. Um, and then your call lightning on basically everything. As soon as you get to 50, call lightning because you get a buff to where they'll take increased damage for like 10 seconds or something like that. Um, and remember, for Overworld, even with Lightning build, you want to try and play it more of a single target versus AoE, because we don't have a good way to slow the enemies far enough away from us to make kiting a possibility. So, just some quick throwouts that I can do for that. We're about to hit level 15. So DJ, if you want to toss us an invite here in just a minute, we should be able to start queuing for dungeons here in just a second. I am also really loving Pale Reach. That's the only reason I thought about doing the Alliance, because I want to go see Pale Reach. We'll eventually go do it, but I'm also hoping they'll get off their lazy bums and finish the Horde starting zone, because right now it is blocked by a giant invisible wall. We have no flight points out there, no portals out there. So
Victory!
I love it when some zones just don't have um
Well met.
what you call it. They don't. I hate the fact that that quest makes us spend 3 silver to complete it. Um, but like some quests, or no one has told me if there is a portal to get out to the Horde one yet. But I look forward to getting out there and doing it once it's available. You always go Alliance? Cool. Yeah, I used to be an Alliance kind of guy, but
Talk to me.
the problem I have with it is I can level almost at double the speed of Alliance with no potions, no scrolls, no gear, just questing. I usually level faster than an Alliance can at almost double the rate because of the way the Horde quests are compared to the Alliance quests. I feel you. Now, I will say if they ever gave us some like updated races, like I could easily do Panda for the Alliance side. We need 2 more spores. I need raptors. And we got to go finish this last. Oh, we hit 15. Haha, yay! Hold up. We're gonna do a thing real quick, guys. Which add-on are you asking about? I'm not even gonna attempt to enunciate your name, bud, because there's no vowels. I'm gonna send the book over to this guy real quick. So hold on 1 second, guys. But yeah, which add-on are you looking for? Or are you just wanting a list of add-ons I use? I don't have all that fun stuff set up because I don't know how to set up all that fun stuff. If I'm being honest. Ugh. I wish Ascension would do high elves for Alliance, but I'm not holding my breath. Yeah. Questy and minimap icon. So the minimap is through LVUI. I've just moved it over and changed it a little bit. And then for the questing one, I use PF Quest. Both can be found through the add-ons page on the launcher. Give you tons of gold? No, but make it easier for you to make gold? Absolutely. Send mail. Crap. What is that dude's name? Hold up. Let me back up real quick on my video. Yoink. I think it's a Naya Storm. Pause. Yeah, a Naya Storm. Haha. There we go. Okay, so I don't have to log back out. Send mail. 3, 2 can get sent. And she does have the thing for bigger bags, I thought. Where's my deal for... Is this it? There we go. Send. There we go. Yeah, because I don't know. I do different names for different characters for stuff, and so I tend to forget what I'm using. Can't seem to invite you, add me is Jut B. Okay. But yeah, as far as getting a lot of gold, no. Um, but watch it take like an hour to get this stuff in here. Which would be stupid. It shouldn't take an hour to send stuff to myself. Um, but there are add-ons that make it easier for like when you're doing like the auction house and professions. Yay. All right, there's that one and spec 2. Nice. All right, and then we want to go here. We want to add a friend. You said it is Jut B. Add. There it is. Invite to group. Give me half a second to get all this stuff situated, and then I'll be good to rock and roll. Vendor. There we go. Food materials has done great for auction house so far. Yeah. Profession stuff used to always be amazing. We'd lose 3 int. Oh, but we'd lose spell power, and I don't want that. But yeah, I mean, it used to be phenomenal to do certain things on the auction house, and Then all of a sudden it stopped being good.
Farewell.
All right. Pull up the bags. Can't swap that one. Okay. So dump everything I can up here for right now. Boom. Boom. That won't let me because this crap's in the way now. And then we move all this stuff up real quick. I don't even need this anymore. Okay, and then we get to equip the last one. Kaboom! Lot more inventory space now. Woohoo! Okay, this we can go ahead and get rid of. This I can go ahead and get rid of. This I can go ahead and get rid of. And this I can go ahead and get rid of. We keep the jewels. We keep quest items, obviously. And then yeah, that gives me armor spirit, a little bit of stamina, it's fine. And the rest of that's sellable. All right.
Fred.
Boom, 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 boom.
Dabu.
Dabu. All right, so I want to go. This one is going to be Maelstrom. This one we want to activate. I played Stormbringer in Windspect and have cheap AoE updraft and pet. I just my thing with the wind spec is it just never felt like it was doing any damage. Point there, save, point there, and then we want to grab Volt, or actually we'll grab Volt next at 17. But I want to get Forked Lightning for Dungeons for the AoE portion of it. Go. Electrocute at 3. Arm of Thorn will be 4. Body of Lightning is 5. Forked Lightning will be 1. Shock will be, what is that? 6. Will be there. Okay, that's fine. Conjure Storm. What am I missing right there? Is that going to be Call Lightning? There we go. For now, that's it. Yeah. And actually, I'm going to swap those. And I'm going to swap those. Because 4 is my single target. 1 will be my AoE. 6 is AoE. 7 is also AoE. So, and then we got to put Discharge up here so that we can get our mana back. That is our heal. Call Storm. Infinite mana. Call of the Wind. Aether Current. Whirlwind Aegis. Alright. Q is a DPS. Waiting on the heels. I'm gonna pick up all the quests just depending on where you want to go, DJ. Ooh. Hit you with that. Hit you with that. Hit you with that. Hit you with that. Okay. I'm level 12. You're gonna be waiting a little bit. All good. All good. We will definitely join you as soon as you hit 15. Nope, that's a single target. Follow the green goo. Oop, not on that target. See, how many more chamois? I still need 4 chamois. Whichever way you want to go, boss. I still need three chamois, or yeah, 3 chamois though. Stormbringer's so good. Dun, 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 dun. No. Testing the enemy strength. Da, 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 da. Oh wait, hold on. There's a quest up here. I gotta turn it. That's it. Usually not a dungeon guy, but you make it look fun. Man, like anything PvE, I enjoy. I forget what that quest wanted us to do, but oh well. I think we have to take it to Thunderbluff, if I remember correctly. But yeah, no, Lightning is by far the best build AoE wise. I mean, if you guys noticed the DPS chart there, we pretty much are staying at number 2. DJ is staying at number 1. But he's also the tank and much higher level than us. But I'm beating everybody else. Now in single target, I'll probably be like 3rd, just because I can't run and gun kind of stuff, but I'm definitely not a PvE. Yeah, no, 100%, same here. Uh-oh. Ugh, goodness gracious. I have that set. I didn't realize we had a pyromancer in here. He's actually doing pretty good. He's a draconic. Oop, my bad, dude. Oh, I was looking at other stuff and not paying attention to where I was running. But yeah, like next dungeon, I'll switch back over to Maelstrom and I'll show you the major difference between it and Lightning for dungeons. Maybe it's because of PvE, but can't seem to keep my static up for lightning spec. If you're talking about overworld stuff, do know that your static does drain over time. So if you're not constantly in combat, it will drain. And then depending on what skills you're using, but eventually you'll get it to where you get more static just by doing your normal rotation than anything else. There are things too that will get like your shock to give you more static. Get your forked lightning to give you more static, stuff like that. Plus, every minute you can use charge to just have 100 static automatically. So there will be ways to get your static to stay up. So don't fret too much about it. Yeah. Look at that. We are beating the higher levels when it comes to multi-target. We want to focus him. Go 7. Now we want to get our static all the way back up to 100, so I'm going to hit that. Go there. So I get my big hit. And then it's just throw shock until we're back up to 100. Like right now, I don't have enough stuff that spins static to really benefit this build yet. Let's go hide behind this one. Cute. All right, well, there's that. Okay. We hit level 16, so we could go Eye of the Storm. This uses up 102 mana, marks a target, and stuff around it takes damage, which is awesome. Or we could go back over here and grab more Int Spirit. I think I'm going to go this route for now. We can always go back and grab that here in a second. I don't have any other quests for here. I don't think. So, like, I hit that guy with that spell, and now he's just going to spread damage for me. I missed, you son of a biscuit. Well, what I like about Eye of the Storm is it's not like an AoE where it stays still. It follows the target you hit with it. So if that target starts moving into range of other enemies, that AoE damage goes with him. So it's nice. But like, yeah, look at this. I'm level 16. I'm out DPSing a 19, a 22. I don't count the healer because the healer's a Sun Cleric, so it shouldn't be out DPSing me. I don't know what we're needing to do in here, bud. I don't know what other quests they have. Are we trying to do the one that's all the way in the back? I don't know. But yeah, I absolutely love God, and the fact that I've only got 20 minutes left sucks. If it wasn't for the fact that I know that my bosses have access to seeing my channel because I've talked about this at work, I could definitely be like, "No, I'm sick today." Get some mana back real quick. Oh, I work remotely from home too, so I feel your pain. Well, like, it's not even that I get to work remote. I wish I could work remote. I know I would probably get fired within like a week if I worked remote and tried to stream at the same time. But, like, I don't have that quest, bud. Are you able to share that? I don't have it. Because he's the dude all the way in the back, isn't he? So I don't have. If that's a questy, I don't have that one. Oh. I never talked to Thrall. What's up, ZZ? He's down there, isn't he? Any below us? Not up here? There's a really big void monster. If no one has it, it's whatever. We can queue for another dungeon. See if they all want to go with us. Yeah, there is nothing in this thing I want to try and do. Oh, that's going to be a nice one to get at level 20. Good night. Get 150% increased critical strike damage with our spells. Disenchant. Ew, no, we don't want agility. Need roll on that. At least this is the fast one. We might be able to do one more after this. If they all want to join. And pass. Stormbringer has 2 ranged DPS and 1 melee? No. All 3 are technically ranged. Everybody want to go again? Everybody want to go again? No, they have all 3 ranged DPS. They have lightning, which is primarily AoE early level. They have Maelstrom, which is more single target early level, and then they have Wind, which is supposed to be a buff type class, and it's not. But they are all 3 technically ranged. I don't remember what quests go where, so I just pick them all up. So, have at thee, dear tank. Well, let's see. We are level 16, so at 17 we're going to be picking up Volt. Because that is an awesome skill for us. Fuse lightning into an enemy, dealing 215 nature damage over 18 seconds and slowing them by 40%. Eventually, you can spread Volt to other enemies, if I remember correctly. But it's a good way to keep your static building. The more enemies you hit, the faster your static will rise. Sadly, I don't have my wind walking skill yet. Remember, there is a shortcut, everybody. There is a shortcut. Oh, that is such crap. He turned and immediately nuked me. God dang. I have Aether Current, but that's slow fall. Why you hating on Wind? Once it hits 30-ish, it has a few options and becomes quite versatile, especially if you do PvP, which I don't do. And if you compare it to, let's say, Blood Mage support, it actually does decent damage. Probably. Compared to Blood Mage, anything's better. I'll just run back. It'll be faster. I don't think Aether Current will let me walk on water. It's just a slow fall. Oh. Never mind. They changed it. I thought we had... Didn't we have two? Like a slow fall and a walk on water skill? I swear we did. Or am I being dumb? Also, I keep trying to jump, and I forgot you can't jump when you have a slow fall on. You just have to micro pet and use cooldowns. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of making sure my pet does things it's supposed to automatically do. I don't know what spec it is. I don't know if it's Maelstrom or if it's Lightning, but one of them now gets to turn into an elemental. It could be all of them, but... I'm back, tank. My bad. I didn't mean to die, but he literally turned and went before I could move. Corrupted brainstems. I'm so glad you're a tank that understands what my spells are and what their spells are. I played with a tank one time that literally every time I cast an AoE spell, he would pull it out of my AoE spell, and I'm like, bud, please stop. I'm trying to do damage. Oh, it's the downside to some tanks is they don't know other classes, and so they're like, no, that must be a bad spell, so I need to take them out of everything I see on the ground. I have auto loot. Spirit spell power? Absolutely. I don't need that, but yeah, I have auto loot, so as long as I have my book out, I'm collecting loot. But thank you for the reminder. Uh-oh. Tank, I pissed off some stuff. I didn't mean to. It's out. It's right there. Where's it at? Right there. That's my book. Speaking of which, rank up, gust of wind. No, you're good. Look, man. I have forgotten before, so I really appreciate it. Oh, as soon as we're done with this dungeon, though, I'm gonna have to book it to make sure that I'm at work on time. Actually, let's do this real quick. I've got at least one quest I can turn in. This dungeon is just... Oh. I'll have to pop it out again. Yeah. That's been me. I'm gonna stay right here and hit the others with Aether Current so they can get over water a little faster. You. There you go. There. Now I can feel like Oprah. You get wind current. You get a wind current. Yeah. Then I need another speed buff because mine wore off. May have to do an LOS pull on those guys, DJ. Just saying. Or we can skip them because it's not really necessary to do those guys. I don't think. I don't think there's a quest I need for down there, but... I didn't know you could share Aether Current. Yeah. It's a buff. Just like Mage Slowfall. That I did know. I just didn't realize that was what the I didn't realize that's what the tornado one was. I thought there was another spell that did that for me. Come on. Come on. Single target. And then because there's more than 3, we can switch to AoE. I got silenced. That's always fun. Okay, and now we're single target for a second. While we finish this guy off. Pop out the book so that we can get all of our stuff. And I don't think, yeah, that wasn't a quest, so. Need to rebuff too. What? Who's fighting stuff? I don't have a way to res. How did he die? Do I have a res? I thought we did at one point. Or do I not have it yet? I did not realize we had an enchanting passive for being a Stormbringer. That's pretty dope. Ugh. Oh, you gotta wait for the tank to get aggro there, archer lady person. Seriously, wait for the tank. Oh, number 1 DPS. That's it. I beat the level 33 tank. I can feel accomplished today. Could you do a animation next necro stream? We'll probably stick to the Stormbringer, but what I can do is I can level 1 off camera like on a Thursday, and I could send you, like, I can make the build for that if you would like. I've been jumping around. I really gotta try and stick to one class. I think at this point we've played, what, 5 of the 21 classes? But animation's actually really fun. Oh, my bad. Okay. Whew. I'm coming, tank. Don't go too far. Don't go too far. Ugh. Sun Cleric is fun too. Yeah, that's what I've been told. We started a Sun Cleric, but then I was just like, cause I was, somebody said go melee until we hit a certain level, and I was like, all right, cool, and I started it, but then I was just like, you know what? I really just don't like melee, so instead of switching to Piety, which is the spellcasting one, I was just like, man, let's go play something else. Yeah. Everybody says Piety is probably the strongest one in there, which is the spellcaster. We're so close to level 17. Here, hold on. I got this. Yup. Oh, I'm lagging. Oh, that could be dangerous. Oh, we just dinged. Nice. All right, let's grab Volt. I want to switch this stuff around because I want to be able to throw Vault and then either do single target or AoE. Gotta clean the other side of the building. We just got the stupid Warlock left, but it's whatever. Didn't have any spell power, so it does not really help us all that much. Ah, don't die! Yeah, they are similar. Yeah, my thing is like I'll have to go back at some point, but yeah, as far as animation necro goes, I don't know if I'll stream it, but I definitely will level it and do some videos on it. That way I can start practicing on how to get out like actual edited videos, because unfortunately that's where I kind of suck at. as far as content goes. I don't really know how to edit very well. So that can be the thing I use to practice with. Oop, not that one. I'm sitting there trying to cast a healy spell and I don't even need to heal. Alright, as soon as we finish this boss, guys, I will have to get off because I still gotta change and get ready for work and all that fun stuff. It has been an absolute blast getting to play with you guys. As per usual, if you guys are on the Rexar server and you want to add me on your friends list so that when I am on and you guys want to queue up to do dungeons or whatever else, I am always down to do that with you guys. So make sure that you add me as a friend. This character is Anaya Storm. So always, if you see me on, don't be afraid. You can hit me up. I don't care if I'm working on a video or working on a stream. I'm always happy to play with you guys. Outside of that, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would really greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. It lets me know I'm doing a good job, but more importantly, it lets you guys know when I am going live. I try to stream at least 2 hours, if not a little over, every day, with the exceptions of Thursday. That's kind of my downtime day where I work on like videos or play other games that I would like to play, but just won't fit the channel all that much. But other than that, yeah, I'm also over on Twitch, so you can follow me on Twitch. Same thing. Anytime I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitch, with the exception of when we start doing videos for stuff. What else? What else? That's pretty much it. I try my best to put out content that you guys want to see. So as always, if there's a class that you want to see or something of that nature, we can always try to figure out a way to get that going. Pop Volt back on this, bud. Let's help the healer out a little bit in our case. Because that hurt. I just don't know how I'm taking that kind of damage. Like, I'm staying out of stuff. Yeah, we'll give up the one spell power for that. But yeah, so absolutely had a blast. Thank you so much to everybody that has watched the stream today. I really appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe to the channel because it lets me know that I'm doing a good job. Lets you know when I go live. I know I already said all that, but just to quickly go over it and repeat that. Boom. Apparently I don't have gloves on. I'm trying to run through and see if there's anything. No, if there's anything I can equip real fast, that would be a massive boost to us. So it doesn't look like it, but there we go. That ring can get it put on. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. I hope to see you guys in the next one. I will be working on eventually all the builds. It just takes a little bit of time. I want to try to get up to at least 40-ish before we start doing build guides, because then, like, if I try to do it right now and just be like, this is where I'll put points, they're going to be massively, most likely wrong. But being able to play and put skill points on lets me know kind of roundabout how they actually would work for that. But I will catch you guys in the next one. Tomorrow's stream will be an evening stream just because I open at work tomorrow. So we'll see you probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock tomorrow evening Central Time, up till probably about 11 o'clock Central Time. But yes, I agree. Stormbringer should be immune to shock damage. Pyro should be immune to fire damage. Necros should be immune to cold damage. Things like that. But I didn't make the rules. So I will see you guys next time. Stay safe out there. Have fun. But as always, stay legendary, heroes. Peace out.